unlock their full potential. So I'm such a visual person as well. So I'm going to share some slides just to talk through my story a wee bit as well. So let me just do that. 2 little seconds because I can't find my slides now. Can everyone see my slides okay? I can't
I
see any of
don't
your
see
faces.
them.
2 seconds. Let's help if I shared them.
Okay, yes, that does help a little bit.
There they're here. So can you see now, Brittany?
Yep, we see them.
Yep. So this is my little family. So I am a wife, I'm a mum, I'm a stepmom. I've got a dog baby, so he's my little fur baby, and then I have got two little gorgeous grandchildren as well. So they are my whole world, my whole reason why. So yeah, this is these gorgeous little pairs all here. So a little bit about my background. I was a young single mum. And from finding out I was pregnant so young, I always had that burning desire to change the whole stigma about around being that young mum. And I absolutely hated school as well. I was very painfully shy.
I can't really hear you.
I think I can hear somebody else on.
I know I'm
Is the
trying to
fault?
mute everyone, but I don't think it's letting me once I made you a host. But I think everyone's muted now. Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Is my volume okay for you,
Your volume's
Brittany?
great.
Okay, thank you. So I was very painfully shy. I had no confidence, hated school. So I left school at 15 and I got into the beauty industry. So I went to beauty college for a few years and then I became this young mum. And when Caris was 4 months, my auntie called me up one day and she was like, the salon in the next town is looking for somebody to go and be a therapist in the salon. So I went there for a couple of months and then the lady was moving to another premises and she was like, you can take over the lease of the salon. So here I was, an 18-year-old, new young mum business owner. And although I had a really successful salon and I loved my career, I loved my job, I had no time freedom and I lost all of like Caris's firsts and I was in the salon 40, 50 hours a week. So I didn't see a way out of that because I loved it. And when like I was supporting Caris, I had my mortgage, I had to do it all had to do it all by myself. So I found network marketing 10 years ago. My friend called me up and she was so excited. She was like, oh my goodness, found this opportunity. And I kind of eye rolled, if I'm honest. I had never sold any products. I always had been approached by different companies and things because I had the salon, but I never felt aligned with it. I wasn't interested. But I went along because she'd always supported me in the salon and she'd always come in and get her treatments and things done. And I thought, you know what, I've got absolutely nothing to lose. I'll just go and support her. And I was with Forever Living for 7.5 years. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of them. It's the aloe vera company. I think they're based in Arizona, actually. So I was with them for 7.5 years. But I won this product and I felt great. I was scared to admit it because I was like, these products are actually really good. And she invited me along to a presentation to talk about the business. And I thought, "Do you know what? I've got absolutely nothing to lose. And if I get these products cheaper, which was a big plus, then that's incredible because I love the products. So I kind of fell into network marketing without really knowing what it was doing. And then I put a couple of posts on my social media and I was getting all these sales and I was just loving life. And I had an incredible 7.5 years doing with Forever Living behind the scenes in the salon 40, 50 hours a week, just fitting it into. I always think the busiest people can be the most successful because you just fit it into your busy life. And I loved it. But what I didn't love is it was nice achieving all the trips and going on all the incentives, but it was a really hard compensation plan. And although I could go, I was working harder and I had big goals, not all a lot of my team could join me on these trips and things like that as well. And then we launched a product, collagen. Now, obviously, I was in the background of the beauty industry and I was like, this is incredible. I could build a full business just in this one product alone. And then our company actually sold out. So me being me, I just went and had a little nosy on Instagram and I found a new collagen and a girl was selling it and she was interested because I was asking her about it and I was like, I just want to use it for me. So I did, I started using it, I felt great, and I just ended up deciding to move companies. That was probably the biggest mistake in my life. And after a couple of months in that company, I seen the red flags and realised that it was quite corrupt and things. And that was a short 6 month. And when I say it literally went up in flames, the warehouse burnt down and it was just a wild, wild time. But my passion for the network marketing industry was still there. So when the corporate team at the company that I had went to, she was an American lady, she was a lovely lady, and she told me about all the opportunities in America. And in the UK, we didn't really have as much opportunities. We've not got really as many companies as you guys have got in the States. So it was really hard to find an opportunity. And my team were like, Charlene, we'll trust you. We've been with you for the start. So I was on lots and lots of different calls. And I knew that if I wanted to find a new company, I wanted to make sure it was my forever company. I didn't want to just ever move about again. I wanted to find longevity in somewhere that I really felt comfortable with. So I was actually in Turkey in a family holiday and she phoned me up and she was absolutely like ecstatic. She was like, "Oh my goodness, pharmacy is coming to the UK." And I had never ever sold makeup before. I didn't really feel aligned. I didn't really know a lot about pharmacy. But I didn't know who I didn't really know about it. So I just messaged Emery on Instagram, the CEO. I was like our president, and I was like, tell me a wee bit more. And then the corporate team got in touch. And then it just kind of spiraled from there. Like I was on lots of exciting calls and I just couldn't stop the excitement. I just knew like how big the pharmacy could be here in the UK. And it was just really, really exciting times. So I get invited out to Farmacity in Istanbul in the January, which will be 2 years now. It'll be 2 years past pre-launch, 2 years in October, and then we launched in the February. And when I say I got to Farmacity, and I honestly felt the only way I could describe it was like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but adults. It really, really felt like too good to be true. It was just incredible. It is, I don't know if any of you guys have been there yet. I think Brittany, you've been in the Golden Trip, and it takes your breath away, like how prestige and how everything is just run like clockwork. And I really, really did, as cheesy as it sounds, feel like I had found my golden ticket with pharmacy. It was just incredible. I decided to make that decision in lockdown. I really, really felt I really seen how much I had missed of my daughter growing up because I was in the salon. I seen a better way. I loved being at home. And my business, when it was lockdown times, this was just previous to pharmacy. I realised how much I could do with this industry if I could go all in and not be in the salon 40 to 50 hours a week as well. So I just decided one day, just before pharmacy, that I'd found pharmacy, that I was going all in to network marketing. It was probably the craziest decision I'd ever made in my life. My salon was 20 years old. It was so successful. My family, my husband, everybody thought I was nuts. But I just had that burning desire in my stomach that I knew that if I went all in this industry, there was no way back. I had to succeed. I was willing to give it my all. And when I say that pharmacy has changed my life beyond any recognition, I really, really mean that. So we launched in the February. We were only 2 weeks into the month, halfway through February, and we did platinum in 2 weeks. And then the next month we went on to do emeralds. The next month it was diamond, and then I maintained diamond every single month. We never dropped from the start the whole way through. And then in August we seen ourselves at vice president, and then October we've just got our vice president director as well. We've got 6,000 people in the team. And then last month, my earnings were $79,000, which is my biggest month in network marketing to this day. It still doesn't really feel real. I cried when I seen my bonus and my income going into my bank. And I don't say that to impress anybody. I say that to let you guys know that if I can do this and Brittany can do this, then absolutely anybody can do this. I was this young, single, quiet, shy person that just had that burning desire and that vision in my tummy to be like, if I can do this, I wanted to do it. If I seen people walking across the stage and knowing that they could get their success, then every single person on this call can achieve their dreams and goals as well. We have built the most beautiful, sought after community as well. And I know that you guys have got a stunning community as well. And I really felt aligned with Brittany and that when I seen you guys in Miami together. So we've been number one for the start in the UK as well. And I really, really feel that's down to it's all just been a gorgeous community. We're all there to fiercely help each other with, like everybody wants to support each other and share each other's wins. And it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous place to be. I wanted to ask you guys if you have got vision boards. Do you put a one in the chat if you have got a vision board? Have a wee nosy. Everybody's shy tonight, today. So vision boards really that was the start of having the vision. So I've shared a wee couple of clips from my vision board. So this was me on my honeymoon a few years ago. Just I had just shut my salon 3 years ago, and I just knew with every single part of my being that I was going to make a success with pharmacy, and I was really going to live out my vision. So this was me in the Maldives, and then just a year later, I was in the Maldives with pharmacy. This was our room. We were like totally spoiled. If you love travel, I don't think I've ever traveled so much in my life the way I have the last couple of years with pharmacy. And then this is another couple of pictures of this is I just joined network marketing, and it was just at the beginning, and I went as my uplines plus one here. And then just a few years later in pharmacy, I was in the W Hotel again with a trip that I was going on just before the Maldives as well. And then I'm skipping my slides. This was my first ever business card as well when I joined network marketing. And then there's me and my hubby in the Maldives as well. So I wanted to share a couple of my top tips and then talk a wee bit about DMO as well. So my first top tip would be always to be you. It's so, so important that you are your superpower and you don't need to be anybody else because your people and your niche are out there looking for you. So never ever feel you're not good enough or you need to be a certain way or act a certain way. You just need to be you. Stay close to your community, stay close to people that have got vision, your vision or even a bigger vision than you've got as well. Stay away from the negative chats and people that are doubting you. Stay close to that high energy all the time because that is exactly what you need. Block out the outside noise as well. There'll always be a new company or a new something doing this and that. You can be successful where you put your energy in and just block out all that negativity and focus on where you want to go. My next tip would be always to avoid comparing yourself to others. We're all in different stages in our business. Some people have got more time than others. Some people have got different goals, and never ever compare yourself. You're doing enough, and if you feel that you're doing enough for your goals, then that is good enough. So never ever feel that you should be comparing yourself to others as well. Mindset next is vital. Like my team all know this. You need to make sure that every single day you are touching your mindset. You're either listening to a podcast or a YouTube clip. Just make sure that you're always putting some all the good stuff into your head as well. And then time blocks really works for me as well. So if you are busy, or even if you do this full time as well, this really helps me if I've got like a to-do list and I'm like, right, for the next 15 minutes, I'll set a timer on my phone and I'll give myself that task that in that 15 minutes, I'm not going to let my scroll on my notifications or scroll on my social media. I'm doing the task in hand in that 15-minute blocks, and it has really, really changed my business and how productive I've been. So first, I'm going to chat to you. Next, I'm going to chat to you about the DMO. So I am a pen and paper girl. Is there anybody on here who loves a pen and paper or use all tech savvies? I absolutely love a pen and paper. Like it's totally, no matter how many laptops or computers I've ever tried, pen and paper really, really work for me. So I am going to, this is my daily worksheet, all right? So I have got some people in my team who love to have a computer and have got all these fancy apps. But for me, every single day, I have a different worksheet. And I'm going to show you how I file them and how I keep my system because it works for me. So if you have not got a DMO, then I don't know how you're surviving in your business. You need to know every day. You don't get into a car and don't put a sat nav on and don't know where you're going. You need to know this is what I need to do. This is the basics. Keep it so, so simple as well. Our business is the most simplest thing in the world. We use the products, we share the products, and we share the opportunity. And how fast you want to grow your business is how much you do the core things. So this is my little daily worksheet for success, and I can share this with Brittany after if she wants to share with you guys as well. So start off with my gratitudes, my visualizations, my affirmations, my daily tasks. I usually have like a focus of what I want to chat about on my social media or products that I want to focus on in my customer groups, and I'll have that as my daily task. I love a highlighter, so I take great pleasure in highlighting this off as I go on throughout the day as well. I like to add or follow 10 new people. I'm making sure I'm in posting on all my platforms as well. And then I've got customer catch-ups there, offering opportunity, conversations, follow-ups, and then I track my business every single day. Now, I get my team to do this at the very start of their business as well, even if they've not got a team yet. It's really important, especially if you sometimes think you're having a quiet month and you go back and track maybe the 16th of last month or whatever, and you're like, I'm actually ahead. So it's really, really important to you get into the habit of this as well. And then I file it in my little ring binder folder. Again, if there's any tech people on here, they'll be like, Charlene, you love a pen and paper, but it really does change my business. So I've got January to December, the months, and then I've got 1 to 31, all the dates here as well. All right. So at the start of the month, I make sure that I print off my 31 sheets and I file them in each day. So I know that if I'm talking to somebody today and they've maybe asked for some information or I can then go in a couple of days' time and put them into my follow-ups. And if maybe somebody's ordered L-carnitine shots, then I know that in 10 days' time or whatever, I'm going to give them a wee reminder and I can jot it all in my system. So I think it's important, whatever system works for you, to just know that you have got a DMO that you're going to use every day and making sure that it's income generating activity. This sheet really helps me as a leader as well because Brittany, you'll agree that sometimes when you do have that team, like sometimes you're looking after your team and you're in your notifications and you're not always doing your own basics, And this has really, really helped me keep in line, know what I'm going to do, making sure I'm following up with my customers, I'm looking after potential people that are interested in the opportunity as well. And this really, really helps me when I've got that system in place. So I just wanted to leave you with some of my favourite little quotes. I love this little one. So it's the burn. The burn is the methodical resistance between where you are and where you want to be. Everybody can get to the burn, but that's when most people stop. When it gets hard and when it gets challenging and when it gets tough, most people opt out. They settle for comfort and they settle for easy. They settle for familiar and life moves on. But for some, they lean in, they step into the fires of their own transformation. They forge forward into the alchemy of their potential. They surrender into the inner outer I can never say these fancy words. And by going where a few dare to go, they are rewarded with sacred gifts that they only reserve for the daring, the bold, and the courageous. So I hope you guys are all going to be in that burn. And then this is a gorgeous little one at end. If everyone says they want greatness, great love, great health, great life, and great contribution, but a few, very few allow themselves to undergo what it requires to be great. Greatness doesn't care about skill. Greatness doesn't care about experience. Greatness doesn't care about talent. Greatness that only cares asks us to give it our all. And the only person that will know whether you're left all on the table or played it safe is you. So lean in on the other side of the burn and to the other side of resistance, and the other side is the challenge, is your power. And if I can do this and Brittany can do this, then you guys can really, really go and achieve all your goals. This was me at the start of my network marketing journey. I was painfully shy. I hated if I got a mic handed to me or I had to speak. It made me really, really ill. And I went and did a little speaking course. Never really made me any better at that point in my journey. And this was me in Vegas on stage with my husband for Diamond 2 years ago there as well. So if I can do this and you can do this, I just want to tell you all to dream that bit bigger, lean in your vision and really have that crystal clear vision. And it doesn't matter how long it takes. If you want this, then you can go and achieve all your goals as well. So if any of these get any questions, thank
I
you,
love
guys.
that so much. And, listening to your story, it really, I feel like I missed so much with my oldest because I was working all the time and you really
I
can't
just
get that
missed
time
it.
back, you 100% can't. And that was one of the biggest things. I joined the industry with my youngest and I think often I've been with him since he's been born. And that was something the industry gave me, not having to request that off. And also, I know about that company that you said was the red flags. We had a lot of top leaders leave, and they said it was the
Yeah,
biggest mistake. So, again, like paying attention to where you were, it was very hot and quick at that time, and
yeah,
everyone was going there, and then boom, And so, like,
yeah,
that also shows like you really do just water where you're at kind of thing. I think a big thing
yeah,
that stayed close, that stood out to me big time was you were saying, like, you stay close to those that are wanting this, that are positive, because your circle is your fuel, honestly. And so if people are incredibly negative, that's going to affect you. Or if people are always just in the drama or gossip, that's going to
yeah,
impact you too. The blinders part, only compare yourself to what you're doing. If you're okay with your results, then be okay with it. But that's the
yeah,
only person, like, yeah, you have to own that and no one else, that's a big thing. Or like, I love that you have the DMO sheet written there because, again, that holds you accountable. So maybe if you do have a quiet a month, you can look and be like, well, I haven't done any follow ups. I haven't reached out, and it's written
yeah.
there. And so you're the only person, that can see it. So I know mindset's really important. That's very me. So I see that though in how you operate. Everyone, make sure you're following Charlene on Instagram. I'll drop her page. If not, we have some DMOs in boards, but I'll make sure we get Charlene's too because everyone has their own vibe. And I also
Yeah,
really like the time blocking, like you said, even if you're doing this full time or not, like that's why we have our power hours where you can fit in your business intentionally throughout the day. And so, like, she
yeah.
really started out just like everyone, and literally now freaking almost $80,000 check last month, top team in the UK. And also, I would never think you were a grandma, just so you know.
Oh, thank you.
I know
And
you had a kid
that's what I love
young, but I would
most.
never guess you were a grandma. When you said that, my jaw almost dropped. I was like, oh my
Oh.
gosh.
Oh, and do you know as well, like missing out on all my girls first now that I get to do this full time and I can pour into my grandkids as well and make loads of special memories because I don't need to go to work as such. It never feels like work with us.
Yeah.
But this is something as well, like when I did have all the red flags, when I found pharmacy, I literally researched within an inch of my life and
Mhm.
I've never felt so content it ticked every single box, are backed by 75 years, how much involved like Emery and Shanann is with everybody as well, and how like everything's on the table for us to see, nothing's undercover. And we are really just getting started. We
Yep.
definitely are in the UK, but even in the States as well, like we're such a baby company. We've not even scratched the surface with what we're all about to achieve. So it's so exciting.
And just here for the ride. And you're right, like with what happened with my company, I did so much research. I just didn't, again, like
Yeah.
I'm like, where I go, I want it to be the last place. And so
Yeah.
hearing that someone from a totally different side of the world did the same and came to the same conclusion. So when you saw Pharma City though, you were like, this is real. This is the
Yeah.
real deal. And that's what we've had, we had 6 girls there. We've had almost 20 earn, and more people are locking it in each month. So I'm super excited for everyone that gets to see Turkey.
Amazing. So
Yeah.
are you guys going to do a trip then next year?
So actually, our upline's hosting one for March for just directors. So we'll have people there in March, and then yeah, we have just the Golden Pharmacy trip too.
For
The one
August.
for
Amazing.
director though, I think is going to be great because we got to. It's going to be focused on Pharma City, the one that you get to do. You guys, it's so cool. Like being in the UK visiting Turkey is not as
Yeah.
dramatic as when we have to
No.
come.
So I'm going again on Wednesday actually. So
Oh
I was
gosh,
there
how
I was
cool!
there in April. So we're only like 4 hour flight, so it's actually really quite so we are going again. I'm taking 50 girls and boys, a couple of boys, on Wednesday, and we were there in April. And it's really special when you get to go with your teams, guys, for the director trip because you get more time there. Like I've been in the Golden Trip and it was incredible, but it was so lovely to be there in the January when we were in pre-launch because I got to see everything that wee bit more. It was a smaller group and we got to really experience it and really feel. We got to pack orders and it was just incredible to be there and it's literally like a 5-star Malibu hotel in the
Mm-hmm.
and the facilities as well. So it's just incredible and it's an amazing opportunity for you to be able to take your team there as well, and they look after you and they take you on excursions and Fiji and like they can't do enough for you, and it really does feel like a big family vibe when you're there as well. It's incredible.
Yep, we have definitely a lot of people running for the director one. And yeah, I did say that. I said, even though I was in Turkey, I would have loved to been able to spend more time. I did get to do a tour with Sinan, so I got to see a little bit more, but I'm hearing of things that I didn't even know that were there. And I was like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, like you have to go back. So thank you so much. I know Charlene said it, but I meant to say it's 12:30 in Scotland. She stayed up for us, which is pretty amazing, honestly. Like
Oh.
she's so giving. She said she's a night owl, but you guys know, even if you're a night owl, sometimes you're still hanging out in bed at this time. So we really, really appreciate it. You are
Oh, it
amazing.
was
Make
so
sure you guys are
lovely.
following Charlene on Instagram, and I appreciate it so much. So thank you.
Oh, thank you
Yeah,
so much, guys, for inviting me. Bye.
bye.
Thank you.